Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be this person will betray you publicly, shocking truth. Alright? Let me say it loud to y'all. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, this person will betray you publicly, shocking truth, y'all. Now, I put up a post on my community tab asking y'all, what topics and, what ideas y'all had. And I had somebody by the name of at KLD70. I don't know if it's a woman or a male, but just want to say they had a good topic. And it said for forgiveness and trust after betrayal. That was the topic they brought to my attention. And it was actually another person who was like, this is a good topic. So it kind of made me go with that one. It's not to say I'm not going to choose any other topics, because I will. I seen y'all had some great ideas. So appreciate y'all so much for that. But today I want to elaborate on forgiveness and trust after betrayal. Now, this video gonna be a little different, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all 5 signs that this person will betray you, but I'm also gonna give you 5 ways on how you can go about the process of forgiveness and trust after the betrayal. See, a lot of people don't speak about that, y'all. So I do want to let y'all know how you know that they will betray you, but also I want to give you the aftermath, right? The results after the betrayal. Everybody talk about the war, but don't nobody talk about the casualties after the war, right? Like, don't nobody talk about collateral damage and the things that take place after, the war occurs. So we're going to be speaking about that, y'all, here briefly, but y'all already know how we do. Before we do so, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. And of course, y'all be sure to watch this video entirely through, because what I'm about to tell you, teach you, and show you, okay, is about to change your life for the rest of your life. Let's go ahead and get into it, chosen one. So, number one, y'all, the first sign of how you know they will betray you is going to be this, y'all. They are not acting like themselves, okay? They are not acting like themselves. Like, when a person is, acting like them, and when a person is acting like something that they are not, right? Like, that person who you went to school with, they like pizza, they like watching Bad Boys, they like ice cream or whatever the case is. And then when next time they come around you, now they talking about they like hamburgers, and now they like Barney, and now they like, eating apple pie. You like, hold on, this is a whole nother individual. Now, I'm not saying that people can't change, but when a person is not acting like themselves, something have went off, and it's normally called or notified as a switch, right? It's like a switch. And this is why I use the term, or many other people use the term, they switched up on me. Yeah, it was a switch that went off. So whether it was, something that a person put inside their head, right? Something that another person told them about you, something that they learned about you, some type of miscommunication, misunderstanding, whatever the case is, y'all, but it's going to cause them to not act like themselves. This is a clear indication that they will betray you, okay? Number 2, y'all, the second sign of how you know that this person will betray you publicly, y'all, is going to be this. They've burned others around you, okay? They've burned others around you. Reno, what do you mean by that? When I say they burn others around you, look at the results, in the aftermath of everybody else who you are friends with, right? Look at the results in the aftermath of everybody else who you are associated with. So if they did that to them, what make you any different? I'm just saying, y'all, if they did that to them, what make you any different, right? Is it because you can, fly like a bird? Is it because you got more money than them? Is it because you got a better job? Is it because you are more beneficial, right? At some point, y'all, they're going to show their true colors. Make sense of what I'm saying? And so if you notice other people who have, got done wrong or backstabbed by this exact person, and now they're trying to come around you, it's only a matter of time, y'all. It's only a matter of time before they do the same thing to you, right? Like, I'll never forget, this whole crew was pretty much, messing with this same girl. Like some of them was getting in a relationship with her, and this is obviously, throughout a period of time. But they was in a relationship with her. Some of them were just sleeping with her. Whatever the case is, y'all know how I go. And her character pretty much didn't, change. She was who she was, right? And, one guy ended up going with her and he fell in love with her. And I guess he thought that she wasn't going to, be who she is or be who she, been showing that she was. Well, long story short, he got his heart broke, right? And guess what? That person was me. That person was me, right? And so I want to say this right here. I'm thinking that, she can change. I'm thinking that she can be better. I'm thinking that she would be, the young lady for me. Now, mind you, y'all, we are young. We 14, 15, right? So I don't hold any of that, against her now that I'm almost a 30-year-old man. But at that particular time, y'all, the point still stands. It remains. Why would I think that she's going to be a better woman to me when she's sleeping around on him, she's messing with him, and she messing with him, right? And again, this is all over a period of time. But the point is that she burnt others around me. And I'm not talking about that burnt, right? I'm talking about like just being the type of girl that she was at that time. So you have to look at that for every single scenario. If a person have burnt them, they gonna do it to you. It's only a matter of time before they show who they really are. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 3, y'all, the classic one. Okay, they envy you, right? They envy you, y'all. And so when a person envy you, they will betray you publicly because their whole objective, their whole goal is to see you fall down. Right? Their whole objective and their whole goal is to see you lose it all. Right? And so I want to say this right here. I know some people going to disagree with me. I'm not saying that Diddy is, innocent, and I'm not saying that he is guilty. The truth of the matter is we have to wait just like everybody else before he gets, convicted. However, he has been indicted. But no doubt in my mind that he's not where he is, because of the slightest bit of envy, right? The slightest bit of envy. Everywhere we go, everywhere we turn. I even did a video on the whole Diddy situation. It's all about him now. And it's primarily because we're trying to tear the character down of this man, right? We're trying to rip up his brand and rip up his the business that he built. Everything that he has, built up, we're trying to rip it down as a people, as a race, right? As a community, pretty much, y'all, everybody, right? It's almost like when you see that guy and he down on the ground and you just itching to fight somebody and you're like, okay, he already down. Let me get me a little couple hits in, And so that's what's going on with Diddy right now. But sticking to the case in point, there's no doubt in my mind that there's not a little bit of envy. Now, please don't run with what I'm saying and thinking that I'm saying that, oh, Diddy should not be punished. I'm not saying that, because if he's guilty, then he should. If he's not, then he shouldn't. The point is that when you are at a certain level in life, people are going to envy you, and that's going, whether you are a good person or a bad person, envy is going to play a major role. And so as y'all see, they have taken this, this opportunity to publicly, betray and tear down, this man, right? So understand something, y'all, whether it's on a big level or if it's on a low level, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. They can't wait to betray you publicly and put you in a light, especially when everybody that you are around look at you as the angel. Everybody that you are around look at you as a good person. Everybody that you are around look at you, with some type of integrity, respect, or honor. Understand that, y'all. That's just the way it is. Number 4 is going to be this, y'all. They get some type of incentive, right? They get some type of incentive. What people don't realize is back in the day, they would give certain slaves incentives if they would tell on other slaves who wasn't doing their work, or if they wasn't cooperating, or if they was planning on leaving, whatever the case is, planning on running away, whatever it is, y'all, they would get an incentive. And so you don't think that if a person is going to get some type of incentive, right, that they won't betray you, right? Like, really think about that. Like, when you really get to the bottom of it, understand something. What's in it for them? And so if it's something in it for them, an incentive, they will betray you. I mean, another thing, y'all, we're looking at the Young Dolph and Yo Gotti case, right? Or specifically the Young Dolph case, right? Because he's the victim. He's been murdered, and it's probably been about 3-4 years now. But the point is, y'all, he's dead and gone. And he has been murdered. But he was only betrayed because the people who did the work, right, were awarded some type of incentive, and come to find out, they didn't even get all the money. They were supposed to get what, $40,000 to $100,000. I seen one person say 40,000. I seen some other blog say 100,000. So I'm probably, misinformed on that. But I do know it was in between 40,000 to 100,000 that none of the participants received. None of them, right? But why did they betray that man? That man of kids. He was a husband, right? Forget what you think that he thought stood for, or forget what you thought he stood for. He was still somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody's nephew, right? Somebody's grandson, somebody's dad, husband. So they will, if some type of incentive is included, they will betray you publicly. And we've seen that with Young Dolph. Okay, and so it's not going to stop there. It's not about, oh, Reno, that's just street stuff. Don't worry about that. No, it's going on every day in corporate America. It's going on every day at the job. It is. Right? So understand that. Number 5, y'all, the 5th sign that they are going to betray you before we get into the process of forgiveness and trust. Once again, shout out to KLD70 for that good and mature topic, right? We need another spark, in this whole thing, y'all. Number 5 is going to be this, your gut feeling, right? Your gut feeling. So if you got that gut wrenching feeling, don't ignore it, y'all. If you feel like this person will betray you, don't ignore it, y'all, because chances are you are, 100% correct, right? At that particular time, you may be like, man, I'm tripping. What am I worried about? Man, I'm tripping. Why am I, trying to paint something out in my head that haven't even existed or even, started? Like, what am I worried about? And it's not the fact that you are worried, you are discerning. Right? It's not the fact that you are worried, you have intuition. And so your gut is trying to warn you. Listen, y'all, I lie to you not. Before I got married, who is now my ex-wife, right? My gut told me not to do it, right? It said, don't do it. In fact, it called me stupid. Stupid. Don't do it. And I still did it. And, I received, I'm going to say it like this, y'all. I failed miserably, right? And that cost me 4 years of my life. Not in prison, not dead, not doing anything else. But I had to work jobs that I didn't want to work, after being a bachelor student, right? A collegiate student, it caused me to have to work those jobs, and it caused me to have to stay in a place to where I really didn't want to stay at, terrible communities, it caused me that because of that decision of me not listening to my gut. It happens to the best of us, y'all. It does. And so always listen to your gut. Even if you happen to be wrong one time, think about all the 9, 10, 20, 30 times you were right from listening to that gut-wrenching feeling, okay? And so that's just what it is, y'all. Your gut feeling. So those are the 5 signs of how you know they will betray you publicly. Now, let's go ahead and answer KLD 70's topic. And I want to start by saying this, y'all. We gonna forgive, but we're not gonna be crazy, right? Which means not give another person another opportunity to hurt us worse than what they did, right, the first time. Um, and it's always good to learn how to trust, right? It's always good to learn to trust the right people. But once again, you learn from your mistakes so you don't have to make the same ones, all right? So I just want to say that. Now we're talking about the aftermath of, the forgiveness and trust part after betrayal. So, number one, y'all, the first way, and this is going to go towards forgiveness, number one is let go. Okay, I know that may sound cliche, but you have to let go. Let go of the pain, let go of the drama, let go of the trauma, let go of everything that they have done to you. Okay, listen, y'all, it's people who betrayed me, switched up on me, people who I felt like I gave my heart to, love to, compassion to, gave money to, gave, my energy to, right? And they switched up. But I would never be able to reach anywhere near or close to where I am had I did not forgive. Tyler Perry even spoke about that. He said I had to let go of that bitterness and that hurt that I had towards my father. I had to let that go, which means I have to have a conversation with my dad, right? That's what Tyler Perry said. I had to have a conversation with him, and I had to be mature about it. For years, I wasn't mature. This came from, Tyler Perry, right? Y'all go look at his documentary that I want to say is on Amazon Prime. It's called Maxine's Baby, okay? It's called Maxine's Baby. I'm not getting no commission for that. I'm not getting no type of, compensation. I just really, love the story because I had a similar story, right? My stepfather was abusive, and my biological father wasn't really in my life like that. So I didn't really have a father figure. And so for me, Maxine's Baby was everything to me because I understood where he came from. But, sticking to the point, I had to learn how to let go, right? If y'all read my book, Fairly Unequal, you will kind of sense the resentment that I had for my father, or I would say the disappointment that I had for my father. Read Fairly Unequal, y'all. But let go. And that's something that I had to do. And that's going to help your forgiveness by letting go. I know it's easier said than done, but you gotta let go. You have to. Okay. Number two, y'all, this is going to go to trust. You got to realize that everybody ain't them. All right. Everybody ain't them. I know it sounds like, Reno, is easier said than done once again, but everybody is not them. All right. You can't start treating people the way your ex treated you, right? Just because they give you a similar vibe, or you may see a certain movement, facial expression, or whatever it is that reminds you of your ex, whether it's a guy or a female, and now you start treating them that way. You can't do that because everybody ain't them, which means everybody don't deserve that treatment. But more importantly, this is going to help you to trust again, right? After that betrayal, realize that everybody ain't them, right? You got to give everybody, when you first meet them, an A+. And then they chip away at that themselves. You got to give everybody a 100 perfect score. Why? Because you want to give them the equal opportunity to not necessarily win your heart, but to win the best version of yourself, when it comes towards them. Because when you start having doubts in your mind, insecurities about certain things, people, or places, you're not going to show up the best way that you can. Make sense, y'all? And so you want to realize that everybody ain't them. So you know what? I'm going to give you a perfect score. I'm going to allow you to hang yourself. I'm going to allow you to chip away at that. So guess what? If I gave you 100 and you go down to a 95, that's on you, right? So understand that, y'all. That's number two. Number three, we're going to go back to forgiveness. Accept them for who they are. Accept them for who they are. Now, this doesn't mean accept their BS, accept them into your life, accept them, and allow them to be around you, or vice versa. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, see, you can't change who your family is, right? I mean, you really can't even change who your coworkers are unless they get fired or they quit. You can determine who your friends are, but what I'm saying is, y'all, is that you want to accept people for who they are. those who can't change, or those who don't want to change, or those who are not going to change. Accept them for who they are. This doesn't mean accept them into your life, but let me put this in layman's terms, y'all. If I got an orange right here and I have an apple right here, but I want this orange to turn into this apple, I have to accept the fact for my sanity that this orange will never be this apple will never be this orange. So I have to accept it for what it is. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? So accept the person for who they are, because they're going to set you up for failure every time, especially, hoping that they're going to give you something that they are incapable of giving you. I give y'all this right here, y'all. I am currently working on a relationship with my father, right? However, I accept him for who he is, which means I know I'm not going to get certain things. I already know it. But you know what? I look at life as very precious. Identical to how God sees life. He sees it as very precious. And one thing I realize is when a person can no longer have your presence, not because you are over here in Egypt somewhere, not because you over here in Chicago, right? I'm talking about because you are 6 feet under. When a person cannot receive your presence anymore, it becomes then magical. It becomes then, sacred. Like, man, I wish I would have appreciated it. So when it comes to the life of my father, I appreciate his presence. I appreciate his spirit. I appreciate him for who he is, and I accept him for who he is. But I know that I'm never going to get out of him what I've always wanted from a father. I already know this. It does not mean that I hate him. It does not mean that I can't stand him. It just means that I know I'm not going to get certain things that I want from him. So what I have to do is accept him for who he is. He ain't changing. He gonna pretty much be him, right? And so you have to do the same thing. This is gonna help you forgive people by accepting them for who they are. All right. Before I left the crib with my ex situation, my ex-wife, I accepted her for who she was. I already know you ain't gonna change. This is who you gonna be. This is who you gonna be, right? Or at least you ain't gonna change for me. Okay. And so what I'm saying is that I had to accept her for who she was. I got up out of there. I'm going to accept it. I know that I cannot magically turn a tomato into an orange. I cannot magically turn an orange into squash. I just can't. And squash is very nasty, by the way. I was just using that as an example. But anyway, number 4, relearn to trust self, right? Relearn to trust self. That's very important, y'all, because oftentimes we lose trust for ourselves. We feel like we can't make good decisions. We feel like we are irresponsible. We feel like we're not smart. We feel like, we are incapable of becoming successful. Like we just automatically have listened to the inner enemy of ourselves. And that is totally wrong, y'all. That's the wrong thing to do. Relearn to trust self. Okay. So that can start by setting goals, certain things that you want to achieve, and touch them goals. It can be, I'm going to walk around my apartment complex. I'm going to walk around the track, right? 3 days a week. Guess what? You will start developing trust because you actually hit that goal. So relearn to trust self, and guess what? You can guess it. You're going to be able to trust other people, right? You're going to be able to trust other people. Number 4, y'all. Number 5, okay? Time, y'all. You got to give it time, and that is going to go for forgiveness and trust, right? As much as we would like to say, I'm going to forgive you immediately, it's not really realistic. You can't forgive somebody immediately after they tried to kill you, stab you, hurt you, slander you. We're human too. It's not gonna be possible to forgive them immediately. Give it time, and then you will find the forgiveness in your heart, right? But it doesn't mean that you allow them to come back, as we already have discussed. Time will also allow you to trust again. I'm not saying right after you get outside of your divorce, now it's time to find a new relationship and start trusting again. No, you're just gonna be a spiritual vampire. Like you're not gonna be a help to nobody because you got emotional baggage, spiritual baggage, right? Demons you probably still fighting, things that you're trying to manage because of how a person did you. So it takes time to honestly learn how to forgive a person as well as trust a person. Are y'all following what I'm saying? So understand that, y'all. Now, we're gonna go ahead and conclude this video, family, but that's pretty much what it is, y'all. Okay, let's recap this right here and then we'll get up out of here. So number one, y'all, let go. Okay, number two, everybody ain't them. Number three, accept them for who they are. Number four, trust, relearn to trust self. And number five, y'all, time. Okay, time. All right. And so this video is how you know someone will betray you, but also how to go through the process of forgiveness and trust after the betrayal. All right, once again, shout out to @KLD70 for this fire topic. All right, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all, if y'all would like to purchase any one of those Yes Sir t-shirts, book a one-on-one session with me, enroll into my social influence course, or purchase any one of my books, you can do so by hitting the link down below in the comments, as well as hitting the links in my description. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments social influence if you want to build up your social influence. Click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.